can I do for you today? Are you getting a trim, a cut? What are you thinking? Okay, sure. We can definitely do that. Can I just feel your hair here? Okay. Okay, so you do have quite long hair, huh? Yeah, it is very pretty. Let me just, sorry. Alright. Just looking just to see if you have any split ends. Your ends do look pretty good. What do you use on your hair regularly? Okay. Alright, well, it is working very nicely for you. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me just grab my brush. I'm going to brush through it and just get the knots out. Go from there, alright? Okay. I have both my brush and comb. I'm just going to set the comb off to the side at first. We're going to brush through it first. That way we get out any of the knots. I don't want to be snagging the knots with a comb. So what I'm going to do is start from the bottom here. And just working my way up to the top. That way you don't rip off any ends as you're going up. See, if we start brushing our hair from here, a piece breaks off all the way up there. But if we brush from down here, I just brush my hair with the same brush I'm using for you. Do you mind? Okay. My hair is clean. I do not have lice or anything like that, but I just want to make sure that it was still okay with you. But if we brush our hair from the bottom up, that reduces the chance of us breaking off our hair up top. So it's always good to do that. Your hair is beautiful. I'm jealous. Sorry about that. We'll try to keep all of the hair that we brushed off to one side. You have a lot of hair. It's pretty thick, huh? Yeah. Oops, sorry, a little knot there. Alright. Now I'm just hold your hair here. Just getting these pieces over here. A little bit of knots. Okay. Awesome. Now let's just do this side. A couple pieces. A few little stragglies. Ooh. All right. And do you have any allergies by chance? I'm going to be using a couple of different products on your hair, and I just want to make sure that you'll be okay. Okay. Everything that I'm using is pretty natural, so I don't think that you would have any issues, but we will just be cautious. Just do the top of your head here. See, I notice if I take like a look with above the light, you do have just a couple pieces of those shorter hairs that are a little bit frayed, but not many. Don't worry, it's okay. It's really okay. I'm going to use a hair serum oil, and it's going to help your hair grow and look really shiny and pretty. So we will definitely use that for you, alright? Alright, you're looking good. Let me go ahead and grab my comb. Just comb through a few of these pieces. times a week do you wash your hair typically? Okay. No, that's perfectly fine. Sorry, got a little bit there in your face. Okay. And then your piece is over here. Your hair, because it's so long, it seems like as soon as you brush it, it gets knotted back up, huh? Yeah, my hair does the same thing when it's long. Right now I have it cut pretty short because I struggle with a lot of knotting. Sorry, you got a little knot right there. My apologies, I don't want to hurt you. Okay. There we go, we got it. But yeah, I myself struggle with a lot of knotting at the base of my scalp, so I actually keep it shaved off. So it's just kind of the method that I prefer. It is a little bit easier for me to maintain that way. Alright, perfect. Alright. Just make sure everything is nice and straight for when we trim. But you look good. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is take this little brush here. And I'm just going to be brushing little bits of your hair. And what I'm doing is just checking for any dandruff or excessive dandruff, because I will use a special shampoo for you if we see any excessive dandruff. Do you notice if you have an itchy scalp or anything? Okay. A lot of people do have dandruff, and that's super normal. Nothing to be worried about, unless it is excessive, because then of course, you know, you might want to get a treatment, a special shampoo, whatever the case may be, just to make you comfortable. I know a lot of people are unfortunately self-conscious about their dandruff, just because it is like a sensitive thing. People don't want dandruff on their shirt, and that's okay, but luckily we do have a lot of options for people that suffer from excessive dandruff. And I know that this sounds a little bit rough. I promise it's not. It's a very soft bristle brush, but I notice that it does tend to grip dandruff very well. But you're looking pretty good. Let me just check up here at the base of your scalp. Just scratching a little bit here. Is that itchy at all? Okay. The only reason I'm doing that is to just check to see if when I scratch any excess comes off at all, but I'm not seeing any, so that is a good sign. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is spritz your hair with just a little bit of water, and also in the water is a hair serum. It's going to just wet the ends so I can trim a little bit off. You don't want to do too much, right? Just like a little trim. Okay, yeah, I don't want to take too much off because, like I said, your ends, if you can tell, are actually very healthy, but it is still good to get a trim just to maintain. So this is what I'm going to be using. It's called It's a 10, and it is Miracle Leave-In product. Now, I highly recommend this. It makes your hair so soft. Sorry, I'm just noticing you had a little piece of something there in your hair. But it is repairs dry, damaged hair, adds shine, detangles, controls frizz, seals and protects hair color, prevents split ends, stops hair breakage, creates silkiness, enhances natural body, and flat iron spray and thermal protector. So that's good because I do have my flat iron plugged in. We can just straighten out your hair once we're done, if that's okay. Do you usually flat iron your hair? Okay, well, we'll just give it a little quick run through. So I am going to take this and just spritz your ends, alright? So in a second here, you will feel me spritz. Like I said, just right on the ends. Not excessive. I'm not soaking your hair. And then this side. Sorry about that. So, just want to make sure they are nice and damp. And what I'm going to do is just run my brush through, just to make sure all of the pieces are coated. We're not missing any. I don't want to do a dry cut on your hair because it is very healthy. I just want to leave it the way it is. Just do a little trim. Okay. And over here. Please let me know if I'm hurting you, if I'm pulling your hair, anything like that, okay? I know, I'm sorry, because sometimes it's hard. When it's not your hair, you can't tell how hard you're pulling. So I do feel bad if I pull your hair too hard. Alright, that is good. Now, let me just look. Yeah, we won't be taking off much at all, so what I'm gonna do is take my comb here and my scissors, and I'm just going to begin by combing out the pieces to where I want to clip, and then just snipping that right off, alright? So, you just relax and enjoy the pampering. Here we go. If you can tell, just very, very minor clipping. You don't need much off at all. And we're just gonna cut basically the same amount. Keep it the same all the way around. If you see the pieces falling, you can tell it's like very minor, right? Yeah, your hair is very healthy, which I'm glad to see. I don't get to see a lot of super healthy hair such as yourselves. It's a very, very, very beautiful hair. So whatever you're doing, keep doing that. Okay. You have just a few of those longer pieces that have the little wispy ends, so we're just getting rid of some of those, but that won't really take off any length. Okay, see these pieces right here? I don't know if you can tell, but they are just a little bit more wispy than the rest, so we're just going to take those off. Just like that. clean off my scissors a little bit. All right. Almost done on this side, and then we'll go ahead and move on to your other side. So as you can tell here, there's a couple more of those little pesky wispy ends. Yeah, just chop them right off, and that takes care of that. So while I'm sitting here, let me go ahead and brush these out. Or I guess I should say while I'm standing here, because I am standing. What I'm going to do is, since we just clipped it, I'm going to put a little bit of that hair serum on. So it is this right here. It's Coco Shea Coconut Oil Hair Serum. And what I'm going to do is put just a couple drops of that in my hand, okay? And then just run that through your hair here to seal up those ends that we just cut off, and it'll keep them really shiny and fresh looking. And we'll just seal that in there, okay? And then a little bit goes a long way with this. You really don't need to saturate or anything. Okay. And then just comb that through to make sure it's in there. And if you do want to purchase this oil, we do have it up front by the checkout, in case you're interested. Alright, let's go ahead and start this side. We'll cut the rest and get you out of here shortly. Good. Looks good on this end. Most of the hairs actually look pretty good. You just have a couple of those pesky ones that are a little bit frayed and just not so vibrant looking. So I'm just looking for some of those. I think you might have a couple on this batch. Let me check. Yeah, there's a couple, just those little pesky ones. And the last strand here. You definitely have more hair on your other side, probably just because of the way you part it. So let's see, you have a really short layer right there and then long. Do you want to keep that layer? Okay, because I could blend it out if you wanted, but we can most certainly keep that for you if you'd like. Alright, now, same thing I did on the other side. I am just going to put a little bit of that hair serum in here just to lock in the moisture and keep it nice and vibrant and pretty, because we all want that. Rubbing that in my hands and just pulling that through. And then, just like before, combing it out. Make sure it coats all of the strands. Alright, get right here next to your face. Alright. what I'm gonna do just to fix your hair that we kind of got a little bit wet and stuff is just give you a quick straighten. Is that okay? Alright, I do have my straightener right here. But also what I'm gonna do to give you a little bit of a lift is take this dry shampoo, Clean and Light Bare, and I'm gonna spray this just into the root and fluff up your hair a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Okay. And now I'm just gonna scratch that in. I'm doing like an upward motion. That way it lifts the roots. Good. Alright. Now, I'm going, even though we use the It's a 10 on you, I'm just going to spray a little bit of this Flat Iron Perfection here, right on the end. So, okay. Brush through. You can never brush enough. Alright, now I'm going to take the straightener and just briefly go through, just really quick. Just like that, okay? And the reason for that is so that we don't use too much heat, because we did just trim your hair. We want to keep it looking healthy. Alright, there you go. And let me just fix the top, fix the sides. Beautiful, beautiful hair. Look at all this hair. So pretty. Alright, perfect. Okay, you are all finished. How do you feel? Good? Alright, awesome. That is my goal. So if you want to go ahead, head up to the front. You can check out up there, pay, and come back and see me anytime. I will give you a trim, a cut, whatever you'd like, okay?